Virginia is the executive director at Women's Empowerment Link, an NGO committed to advance women's social, economic, and civic rights in Nairobi, Kenya, and working in partnership with Equitas. But the way to get there hasn't always been easy. This is her story.
I grew up in just pretty normal, laid-back neighborhood. I was growing up the first-born girl, and that comes with quite some responsibilities from where I come from. You're in charge of quite a number of things at home, as far as, the household chores, but also just being responsible. But it is when I was still a young teenager, while just completing my high school, that I found myself pregnant. So I was there, teen mom. I was really, really struck. I didn't experience what you call sex education. It was more of you had really, really take care that you don't fall pregnant. So when I found myself, expectant, I was, scared. How do I break this news to my parents? I was requested not to attend church, given that I would influence other young girls. Everybody was trying to protect their own teenage daughters.
She approached her mother with the news, worried whether she would throw her out of the house or disown her. To her surprise, her mother was comprehensive and offered to take care of the newborn so Virginia could go back to school. She realized she had a unique opportunity that other pregnant girls of her age did not have. She was able to pursue her studies while her mother stayed with the baby. This was a turning point in her perspective. She now grasped the power of education as a key to success for women.
Other girls that did not get that opportunity, and other young women that did not get that opportunity, they were stuck at home trying to fend for their children, and they did not get the support. So that was one area that really made me look at education very differently, because I was able to, still in my state as a young mom, access spaces that others were not able to access.
A few years later, while she was in university and still grappling with issues of early motherhood, her father passed away.
His relatives decided that my mom was not worthy enough to continue being part of the family, and she was kicked out. Now, that was a roller coaster, because she was a housewife, was not in any gainful employment, and this meant that we just hit rock bottom without any alternatives, spaces to stay. We went back to my maternal grandmother who housed us, and we had to start from scratch. And we did not have time to mourn the loss of my dad, because then we were struggling with how do we start afresh. We were trying to navigate this new reality. We got someone to come to our place, and she talked to my mom about an organization in Kenya, Federation for Women Lawyers. We were not able to get justice, but we were able to get introduced to a fantastic group of individuals who had started coming together, realizing that the issue of land injustice, issues of inheritance were a significant issue. Now, it is at this point when I started realizing that there is actually a career around issues of human rights.
A spark inside of Virginia ignited. She wanted more than anything to join the battle and do her part by helping other girls and women secure their right to a bright future and provide them the same opportunities she had been given.
During this time, an opportunity was advertised at Women's Empowerment Link, and I jumped in 2 legs. And during the journey, grew through the ranks, and an opportunity emerged where there was a leadership gap, and they identified me, and I thought, I don't think I have the skills, I don't think I have the leadership. When this opportunity came, I hesitantly took it up, but I knew that it would also give me an opportunity to really passionately pursue issues that I had grappled with, that I had lived with, that I had experienced alongside others. And so, given my background, I had leadership gaps and confidence gaps from the experience of being a teenage mom. There are confidences that I hadn't built, there are capabilities that I hadn't built within, and here I was going to take up an opportunity that would put me at the forefront, standing up for issues. So I have found myself all the time triangulating from self to community to the bigger strategy and to the bigger picture of what do women and girls want. They're coming with their own lived experiences. They're coming also with a background where their confidences have not been built. They've not had the opportunity to be heard, and their voices have been muffled. During this journey, we have had other partners coming along to work with us. And one partner that has really stood with us and that has really worked with us alongside that journey is Equitas. So Equitas came on board to work with Women's Empowerment Link, specifically to strengthen our skills in human rights-based approaches, and specifically on advancing gender equality using human rights education. And this journey has been fantastic because it has been a journey where we don't go to the communities assuming that we know what the communities want, assuming that we know what women want. I have found this programming to be very powerful because we go to the communities and we talk to the women. And using the human rights education, we mobilize the women and we have a dialogue on what are the human rights issues that you're facing. What are the gender equality issues that are so pressing you at this moment, and how can we work together? We've seen women now taking up leadership positions. Some have become chiefs. We've seen them becoming community elders. We have also seen them coming together using the human rights education that we have been working together on and challenging the policies, challenging some of the structures, and they have been able to craft their own policy guidelines, and they've been able to negotiate with duty bearers. And so it has been a very transformative journey, and it keeps me, it keeps me smiling because I see that these are milestones, these are things that I would dream of when I look back, when I think about our own experiences with injustice. For young girls that find themselves in a situation like mine, do not bury yourself in grief. If you find yourself pregnant, there is a community of other organizations that are able to work with you. There is a chance for you to be able to navigate life in spite of the situation that you find yourself in. There is hope.